Hi. Okay, I'm trying a new angle today thanks to Carol. The suggestion that if I raise the camera enough, my bags just might be gone. I'm not sure there is a point high enough that would still capture my face that would do that, Carol, but I'm certainly going to give it a try. Let me know what you think of the new shooting angle and we'll see if it works. But what I'm going to do for you today is what I promised, and I know my light's a little bit screwy. I promise I will be getting a ring light as soon as I can afford to do it. Right now I'm on austerity, so I have to kind of lay low on everything. But I want to show you the application of the eye makeup that you liked so much the other day, and that was the makeup that I had learned, the application that I had learned from Kat. My light is really relatively awful on this, so bear with me and tell me if it's viable. If it's not, we'll find another way. I'm going to come in a little bit closer. This could be a big mistake having you come in this close, but here we go. All right, I've already put my primer on. I already have my face makeup on. I do not have anything under my eyes, as you can clearly see. So let me take my... I always wind up coming back to the same old, same old. I'm going to do the naturals in the Profusion palette. It's here, it's easy. And for the base, I'm going to start with Sugar at the top, and then I will do Chatty or Silky, one of the two. I'm not sure. So that's going to get me started. I'm just going to put the base of it in so that I can use that as my framework. Don't forget, I already have the primer on, so that will be a good start. All right, that was just Sugar, which is the top color. I'm going to use Chatty because Chatty has a little bit of a glimmer in it, just a little bit. I don't want to call it sparkle exactly, but it's got that little bit of extra light coming in. Okay, I think that gives me a really nice base to work from. This light is terrible, and I don't think this angle is going to work unless it's an incredibly bright day. And of course, if I didn't have the window treatments closed, I might get a little more light in. All right, I'm going to keep the same palette to do the transition color. And I'm going to choose for that, let's see, do I want to go warm or do I want to go cool is the question. I think I'm going to go cool. I'm going to do what I did the second day. Okay, so if I'm going cool, I'm going to go in with Fling. All right, I'm going in with Fling. This is not a good angle for me. All right, I'm going in with Fling. Then I'm going to do Attached. And I may add a little bit of the Cozy down at the bottom if I don't have enough color in the crease. So let's start out with Fling. Again, this is a powdery kind of an eyeshadow, but it really doesn't throw a lot of the shadow onto my face. So it really doesn't have me doing a lot of cleanup afterwards. Do you see it? It's starting to give me that tiny little bit of definition, and from that we build. I don't know how well you're seeing it because I'm at a completely different angle than I normally would be. So you let me know, you like it this way, you like it the other way. I suspect the other way until, at least until I get my lights set up. All right, now I'm going to attached, which is a little more brown color. Yeah, but it's still on the cooler side. And I'm going closer to the crease to build up the color there because, again, it creates a kind of a gradient. Now remember, I told you whenever I do anything, my preference always is to blend along the way, because as I blend, I get a far better idea of what I want to do next and how I want to build it up. I have to tell you, by the way, it's very interesting to me because what I have done is I've been working with a number of the different mascaras lately, and I'm finding there are so many good mascaras these days, unlike years ago when there really were not, that it makes it, now I'm going to just add a little bit of the darker Cozy as no, you know something, I'm not. I want to go back to the purples again because I did the purples the other day, and that was what gave me that nice look. Okay, now the purples are in the Sultry palette. So I'm going to go in with Nimble, and it's a nice matte purple. And I think what I'm going to do is I want to go in with a little bit of a smaller brush for this one. Yeah. And it's still going to be in the crease, but it's going to be very, very close to the socket. Again, remember to tap off so that you don't have a lot of fallout. This is where I'm creating my line of color. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, once again, the sad thing is, because I'm a lefty, I do so much better on the left side. So let me blend this out. It's probably not something that would be noticeable to the world at large, but it is to me. You know how when you do anything for yourself, you're your own worst critic? That's kind of how I feel. Do you see it building up now? I think we're going to have a really nice kind of look with this. Do I want to go any deeper than that? I don't think I have to. Really don't think I have to. So let me take a little bit more, and I'm going to take it on a flatter brush of the purple, the Nimble. There's a color Bewitched beneath it that has a little sparkle in it, so I'm gonna add that and see how that works. You know, I like to kind of play with it and see where it takes me, and I never know for sure where it's going to end up. Now, in order to get this kind of a look, because what we're going for is that kind of striking look, what I need to do at this point, once I clean up this color and blend it in just a little bit, I need to clean up the original color that I used, and that was from the other palette. So I'm going to go back with that again, and I will do it on my finger one more time, but I think I might finally do it. I'm going in back to the Chatty, which is that second very pale color. I want to get it back to the crease, because what it does, it almost then looks like a cut crease. You see, it gives you a much cleaner line. I think I'm going to have to show you the final look from the other direction so that you really can see it better, because the light is just not good this way. Oh, I just totally fouled it up. because my finger is too big. Okay. I'm going to have to blend out that to give me back my purple. I was diminishing the purple. Yeah, I really want something just a tiny little bit darker. So you're gonna have to bear with me while I go search other palettes. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I've done at this point is I did the under eye concealer. Bag's still there, but oh well, I'm a work in progress. I really don't prefer the Makeup Forever translucent powder to my Mirror-ness. So the Mirror-ness is still a clear winner for me in terms of that application. All right, so what I did was I finished the gel line on the top. Now I'm going to see if I can come in close enough that you can see it, but that I can still do it. I stopped short of the end of my eye. This is where it makes a difference. The shape of your eye and the amount of hooding you have will determine what you do for the next step. If your eye is very hooded, I would start the little bit of, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the line out from the end here, and I'm going to do it as if it was coming from the bottom up, but I don't want to close this in. I want to have a more open looking eye. So I'm going to start it from the top. If your eye is very hooded, you're going to want the angle to go up much farther in so that it is angled up more. I'm going to do it not quite as far up, and this I really have to focus on, so bear with me. So what I'm doing at this point is I'm just angling that a little bit toward the top. I am not connecting the lines, but I have them getting closer together, and that's going to give me the impact. Do you see it now? It looks like we're getting there, but until we get to the point where I put the mascara on, and again, this is where I'm going to take it from the end of the eye, going on an angle, going up, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull it up toward the crease where I put all my color to begin with. Again, having a bit of a hooded eye, but mine are not as bad as some. That'll make the difference. And then what I'll do is I will just add a little bit of the dark color right at the end here. And I don't want to bring them together, because that little bit of space, I'm going to put the lighter color and see if I can have the eye look a little bit more open. All right, okay. I have another pencil that's got that. It's a little broader. It's going to be a little bit harder to do. Yeah, it's not working as well because I really need a fine line to bring it up here. This will work well though, bringing that little bit of light into the corner. So I'm lightening up the inside of the eye with this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue this along the lower lash line as I get toward the purple, because for older women I think it looks really good to have a more open look. Let's get it into that corner and then just rub that in. Now I have not yet done my eyebrows, and I will show you one because I told you it is that simple. And I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the medium brown, which is what they had sent me in that kit. Okay, what I'm going to do is what works for me, and it may not be what works for everybody. I brush my brow down, And the reason I do that, once again, is just to see the natural line of where my brow is. I will then take my pencil and draw a fragmented line lightly to give me my basic shape. Once I have my basic shape, I'm going to brush up, and then I see where I need to fill in underneath. Now, I have made some patchy areas in here from faulty tweezing. And I tried to shave it with that brow razor, and I kind of made it imperfect. So what I'm going to do then, and I'll do the other one off camera because I don't want to waste all the footage on that, I'm going to take my touche cloth and just make a very narrow line just under the brow to give me that little bit of highlight there. And I will work that in. And that is it for that eye until I do my mascara. Okay, finished product, here I am. And all I did, I finished my mascara on the other eye. I did no touch up to the eye makeup at all, so it was the application that you saw. Clearly I need some color correcting under my eyes, so I'm going to have to go work on that. I'm going to keep using those masks because I really think that was enormously helpful, and I'm going to use that for a few weeks and see what a difference it makes. What else can I show you? Interestingly, the very, very inexpensive box, the train case that I got from Ulta, this was my experience last year, and this was when I first started playing with the makeups. So I was amazed to find that the very best highlighter that I had at all was from that case. I have not been able to replicate it. I've not been able to find it. It was a cream highlighter, and I loved it. So I have tried every highlighter, I think, on the market. Not true, but I've tried a lot of them in the quest of getting that great look again. Now again, we're at a different angle, so I'm not sure how much of this you see, but this is what I got in the way of highlighters and some contouring. So I'm going to use the top two colors, and I'm just going to sweep my brush across both of them. And then taking my fan brush, all I'm going to do is I am going to brush my cheek lightly to give it that kind of dewy look. Now, do we want to see me spray that stuff on my face again? I'm not 100% sure that's such a great idea, but I think overall the look is really nice. I am very, very much loving this cat-inspired eye look. I think it works really well for me. I think it might work really well for a lot of you. So let me know what you think, and I'm really pleased with it. I hope that this was helpful enough in terms of the demonstration to show you how easy it is, and that you too can be a glamour puss. See you soon. Don't forget to let me know if this angle works for you. So I'll be happy to do it again. I think maybe having the angle of the camera set a little bit higher does work better because you can kind of see me looking straight on rather than looking up or looking down a little bit. But you let me know, and we'll take it from there. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.